everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. Week 2 sprung a lot of surprises. What is week 3 of the Premier League going to do for us? Well, we shall wait and see. But joining me tonight, I have the lovely lads from the 1892 Reds podcast. Ricky, how are you, mate?
Yeah, as well as can be after watching that on TV last night. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing all right, thanks, mate. And thanks for having us on. It's been a while.
Yeah, my pleasure. And also Luke as well. I haven't forgotten you this time, mate. You know that joke anyway. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I mean, third time lucky, Doug. Yeah, no, I'm all good, mate. Obviously, just a couple of long days at work. Obviously, got a few more days. I'm off to Spain on Saturday. Looking forward to that. But as Ricky said, we moved forward. Obviously, after the game last night, and loving the intro, mate. The intro is fantastic.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's say hello to a few people because there are a few viewing here. Elevator Escalator fan. Hello. Kane says week 2 just confirmed the champions 9 months in advance. FFS. Yeah, nothing is won in August, but everything can be lost in August as well.
I think I said that to you last night. I think it was
Yeah.
on chat comments. Yeah.
Yeah. To the man on crutches, just in camouflage, you stole my wallet. You can have. Oh dear, Chris. Anyway, I hope you are well. Anyway, so last week I did have Jack Mack on the channel, and we will actually say that it was a very close run thing between me and Jack. Very, very close. In fact, it was 5-4. Literally, none of us got perfect scores. Jack got 4 outcomes. I got 5 outcomes. So a very, very, very poor week, but I did beat him, so it means it is 2-0 to me against the guest. However, someone in the comments had an absolutely magnificent week, and this is an understatement when I say high score in the comments with a magnificent score of 18 points, including 5 perfect scores with Sportcat 1. Congratulations, Sportcat 1. If I remember, you got the Man City result right, you got Southampton Leeds right, you got Wolves Fulham correct, you got Nottingham Forest West Ham correct, and you also got Chelsea Spurs correct as well, plus 3 more outcomes. Absolutely magnificent.
Did they do the Super 6 by any chance?
I don't think so, no.
That'd have been amazing, but what a score that is.
That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So definitely is anyway. Hello, John Moore. Hope you're good, my friend. Hello, Scott. Hope you're good.
Rebecca's cousin. Oh,
Rebecca's cousin. Well, welcome, Scott. Do appreciate that. Hello, S33K1. May I just say, well done to Palace last night. You should have won. You should have won last night. You cheating bastards. Yeah, trust you to say that, John. And hello to Josh from A View from the Stands as well. Big Aston Villa fan, and we will be having him on at some point. I will. Stay tuned. But we know why we are here. We are here for week 3 games, and the first game is a 12:30 kickoff. It's Tottenham against Wolves. I mean, Tottenham have just secured their 7th summer signing with the signing of Destiny Udogie. I think I pronounced that right. If I haven't, then I apologise. Wolves are just going to be making the signing of Matheus Nunes from Sporting Lisbon, which is an amazing signing. It all kicked off at Chelsea, Ricky. What did you make of Conte versus Tuchel?
I didn't think there was much wrong with it, to be fair. It's a bit of we've seen it with Klopp in the past. Let's be honest, Conte probably knocked Tuchel out. And then after the game, Conte he put an Instagram message out saying if he see him run past me, would have tripped him over, but he didn't see him. But listen, both big teams want to win the game. They're going for their own achievements this season in the league. It was massive. I just thought it's what the Premier League needs. Like it's been a bit too. Let's dive, get free kicks. Let's be a bit. What's the word? Controlled. So it just needed a little bit of feistiness. That's what the Premier League's all about. Like just make a bit of a show of it, really.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely excuse me. It's definitely what we needed as well. But I mean, one of the talking points of the game was obviously Spurs' equaliser. I mean, the corner that Anthony Taylor was looking right at Romero on Cucurella, Luke, and he doesn't give it.
It's a red card, isn't it?
No,
It's a red card.
Oh man, ain't even a foul.
Ain't
even a foul.
Rick, you can't put your
Be
head on
brief,
someone's
man.
head.
Come on.
You can't.
Ain't a foul. Get up.
I must say as well, though, Wolves worry me this season. Don't know about you, Luke, but Wolves worry me.
They're very inconsistent, aren't they? I think the signing of Nunes might sort of add a bit more sort of energy and some more goals in midfield. I don't know. I think it just looks the same Wolves every year, if you know what I mean. Like nothing much has changed. I mean, it reminds of us in our midfield. Do you know what I mean? Not much has changed, but obviously, I don't think Wolves are going to be one of those teams maybe that are going to set the world alight. They struggled against Fulham. In all honesty, it was a boring 0-0 draw. And even the game against Leeds, obviously going a goal up, you think that Wolves might be a bit more settled start the season. Obviously, lost the game 2-1. So, I mean, to only have a point from the first sort of 2 games, and now they travel to Spurs, who have had a very good start to the season. I do worry for Wolves a little bit. So they do need to hopefully try and get something from this game. But I agree with you, Doug. If they don't get their act together, sort of first 10 games, it could be a long season for them.
It could well be. Ricky, this game last season, Wolves actually won 2-0 at Tottenham. So how do you see this one going?
No, I think Tottenham beat them comfortably. Although I do think when Nunes coming in, the midfield of him, Neves, and Moutinho is a very, very good midfield. Better than ours. So who knows? Defensively, they've obviously got rid of Connor Cody, so I'm not too sure who's there now at the back for them. I like their goalkeeper. Jimenez is a decent enough striker. They've got obviously Hwang, but I just think Tottenham are going to have too much for Wolves. I like Tottenham. I think, listen, the difference between Tottenham and a few other teams is Conte. Conte is the third best manager in the Premier League, potentially second in front of Klopp. He's a very, very good manager. They've got a banging front three in Kane, Son, Kulusevski on the wing. I like their midfield, but Højbjerg, I think he's probably the weak link in that midfield. But they look very strong, Spurs, and they can mount the challenge this season. Maybe not for the league title, but for second place, who knows? Potentially.
Yeah. So what score are you going for?
I'm going to go 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs. Interesting. Luke, what are you going for?
I'm going to go 2-0 to Spurs. And as Ricky said, I think the front three for me, when they're on their day, I think they're the best front three in the league. In Son, Kane, and Kulusevski, especially over the last 6 to 12 months. I mean, the partnership from Kane and Son is just unbelievable, isn't it? Goals, it's bizarre. I mean, the centre backs for Wolves, I mean, just like from Ricky's point, they signed that Nathan Collins from Burnley, and they've got Max Kilman as well. I think that was the partnership. That probably could be the partnership moving forward for Wolves. But yeah, I don't see where the goals are going to come from this weekend against Spurs. I think they're strong defensively as well. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham.
2-0 Tottenham. Yeah, funnily enough, I've gone 2-0 Tottenham. I can't see Wolves scoring anyway. Hello, Brian. It was handbags. It certainly was. Reece Game Nunes says Tottenham 3, Wolves 0. Wolves are struggling to score an attempt on goals. Yep. Daddy Cole 52. I love that name. Absolutely love that name. Hello. Yusuf, hello. Hope you're good. I will get you on the channel eventually, my friend. And obviously George as well, because I know is it Prime Chelsea Talk? Is that right? Is that the channel name?
Yeah.
Aye. I need to get you both on. Spurs 2-0. Clear red card for Romero. You don't pull other players here. As a Liverpool fan, Chelsea were robbed. Should be a free kick to them, and they should have won. That's a red card for Romero. What a dosser. Pulling hair isn't even allowed in combat sports. No, it's not. It certainly isn't. Tottenham 2, Wolves 1, says Elevator and Escalator fan. Premier League doesn't allow head, but also Premier League allows hair pull. Well, Yeah, but the thing is, Darwin Núñez was an idiot last night. I'm not defending that at all. Tuchel tactically outclassed Conte every time we faced them. They're honestly overrated. Just got 2 chances and scored with them. Liz, hiya. Hope you're good. S33K_1 has gone 1-0 Spurs. I think Vartingham will have enough to beat Wolves. Hey. I like that anyway. But obviously, we will go on to the next game, and it is Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. I mean, we obviously just saw Crystal Palace last night. What impressed you about Palace last night, Ricky?
Nothing, if I'm being honest. They hit us on one counter-attack against Nat Phillips. Joe Gomez plays at centre-half last night. That counter-attack don't happen because Zaha's not beating Joe Gomez for pace. Listen, Palace come to do a job and they've done it. They executed their plan. Every man behind the ball and leave Zaha up top. Again, we couldn't hit a barn door with a machine gun up front. So when you have 40 chances in a game in the first half and don't put none away, you knew what was coming instantly. As soon as that ball went through to Zaha, Van Dijk could have done a lot better by closing Zaha down for the chance. But he backed the goalkeeper. And I still think Alisson should have done a lot better than what he did. I think it was very easily beaten. There weren't much pace in the shot. It was just obviously put in the corner. But listen, I like Palace. I think they've got a good manager in Vieira. They've got some good players. But nothing impressed me from them last night, bar the one counter-attack, really. Time wasting. The goalkeeper should have been sent off, let's be honest. This new rule about time wasting. How are you booking him in the 90th minute for doing it? He's been doing it all game.
That annoyed me. That really, really annoyed me. And the thing was as well, that Paul Tierney actually spoke to, was it Joe
Ward?
Joe Ward, wasn't it? It was Joe Ward. Literally spoke to him and said, like, if you don't cut this out, I'll book your players for time wasting. Guaita did it all game. He waited until the 87th minute to book Guaita. Now, you basically said that you're going to book players for time wasting, but you've just literally let Palace do it the whole game. To be fair, I thought last night, and especially a couple of times, yes, I know they were definitely, time wasting, but Darwin Núñez and Joachim Anderson were at all game. So do you think that Paul Tierney should have gave maybe a yellow to just stop it, and then that might not have happened? To be fair, I absolutely condemn the abuse that Joachim Anderson has received on social media. That is not on at all. But I have to say, I think Palace deserved their point. I think they should have won. They should have won. But I mean, Aston Villa, apart from the fact that they won 2-1 against Everton, I struggle to see where their goals are coming from, Luke.
Yeah, I was a bit sort of, when they played Everton at the weekend, I thought to myself, it's going to be such a tight game because Aston Villa really struggled against Bournemouth. Obviously, Everton at the moment ain't really got a recognised centre forward.
No,
but I just felt with Aston Villa's home form, obviously the fans would be up for it. First home game of the season, Gerrard desperately needed a result. Aston Villa, desperately needed a result. I still look at this game and I think to myself, Palace will be a difficult team. They're they're hard working, they're organised. That's what you always get in a Crystal Palace team. You'll get organisation. And that stems back to, even Vieira's obviously continuing that now, but even back with Roy Hodgson, it'll always make sure that team is organised and it'll work hard off the ball. And, that's what Palace did last night. And as you said, they fully deserved the result last night. But if you looking at this game, I don't think Palace are going to definitely play the same way that they play against Liverpool. There's going to be a bit more. I think Zaha will sort of transition back on that left-hand side. Maybe Eze will play sort of behind maybe Mateta or Edouard, whoever we put up front. But I'm going to go for a score draw in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I do think that Danny Ings in that goal, I do think that will give him a bit more confidence into the next few games. And you never know, like it sounds mad, but Danny Ings could potentially have something like the World Cup on his mind as well. So that goal could give him some confidence moving forward. And if he's got a chance to get into the England squad for the World Cup, because apart from Harry Kane, I'm looking at England's squad and I think to myself, there's definitely 2 or 3 strikers that could potentially be the backup striker for the World Cup, and Danny Ings could be one of those players. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. But if anyone was to win, I would go Palace, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, Ricky, what are you going to go for this one?
I'm going to go Palace 2-0.
2-0 Palace?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with Ricky. I think Palace are going to win this, but I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. I think it's going to be one of those games where I think Villa probably take the leads, and then I think Palace will come back and win 2-1. I'm going 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Anyway, let's say hello to another few of you. Hang on. I missed. Sorry, Liz, I did miss that. Nunes acted like a petulant child. 2-1 Spurs. Hello, Hannah. Hope you're good. Palace just did their job last night. They should have won. Hello. Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 1. There are no warnings in football, FFS. Well, this guy is funny. Liverpool fans are something else. Plus, every team time wasted, even Liverpool. Joachim Anderson should receive an Oscar for the foul when Nunes headbutted him. Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 2, says Reece Game Arena. Crystal Palace getting a draw versus Liverpool and an unlucky loss to Arsenal. They look good, so we'll say Crystal Palace 1, Aston Villa 0.
Unlucky loss to Arsenal. I don't think they did enough against them.
They got battered by Arsenal.
I think they only had, 2 real chances in the game. I think Arsenal was quite comfortable.
Jesus had a few chances in that game early on.
Yeah, he did. I think they did well to, lose 2-0. 2-0 Palace win. Facts. Subscribe, like, and share, folks. Yusuf going for 3-1 Villa. Very interesting. 2-2 says Liz. Hello, Cyber Leader. Hope you're good. Nadir going for 1-0 Palace. Very, very interesting. A lot of different scores there, for sure. This one, I'm not sure there's going to be many goals. It is Everton against Nottingham Forest. Everton still haven't scored a goal and had to rely on one of their old boys to score an own goal for them in Lucadinha. Nottingham Forest, how the bloody hell they managed to beat West Ham, I'll never know. Luke, potential game to be last in match of the day. What do you think about this one?
It's a game I just generally think Lingard's going to dab. I really do. I think this is it. I think this is the game. And to be fair, I think I'll dab with him. I think Forest win 1-0. I think it's a snatch and grab sort of game, maybe. I was impressed with Forest at the weekend against West Ham. I know West Ham had some very good chances. Obviously, they missed a penalty and they hit the woodwork. I think it was 3 times in the game. They had the goal disallowed for VAR, which probably the right decision in the end. But yeah, I was impressed with Forest. I think they had some good moments going forward against a good West Ham side that, you would say is a top 8 Premier League side. Everton can't buy a win at the moment. And, they are really, really struggling, especially with goals going forward. So I'm going to go 1-0 Nottingham Forest.
Interesting. Ricky?
I like Forest. They spent a lot of money. They could be the new Fulham by just spending tons of money and going straight back down. But they got very lucky against West Ham.
Yeah.
They obviously lost to Newcastle on the opening day. But listen, Everton are a poor football club. So I'm going to go... They've obviously let Dele Alli go now after paying... I don't know how much they actually paid for him because they didn't pay nothing at the time of the loan. I think they owed 10 million after 20 appearances, which he ain't made. So he's going Besiktas, I think, on loan for the first year. And then whatever happens after that. They've got that Anthony Gordon just falls over all the time. So I'm going to go Nottingham Forest 2-1. 2-1.
Interesting. Well, it's a full house of away wins. I've gone 1-0 Forest. I think what's going to happen is going to be a very, very boring game. Everton are going to have chance after chance after chance, and Nottingham Forest just nick one. I've just got a feeling because at this moment in time, like the striker that Everton have been linked with is Che Adams, right? I don't really rate Che Adams, and apparently Idrissa Gana Gueye is coming back as well. But that's not the only striker that Everton have been linked with. Batshuayi is another one that's been linked with Everton.
I see something with a swap deal because I think they were talking about the Gordon deal. There might be something with Batshuayi. I think they were saying about going on loan. I think he's got a year left on his deal, isn't he? So I think they're trying to negotiate. It wouldn't surprise me if Batshuayi does go to Everton.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I would not be too surprised by that. But let's see what some of you are saying for this game. Hello, the Ossenumble. Nicola, I think it's Nicola. Hope you're good. Palace will breeze past Villa, says Hannah. 1-0 Forest, 1-0. Luca Digne scored an own goal for Villa in an Everton shirt and then scored an own goal for Everton in the Villa shirt. Yeah. You couldn't make that up. Hannah, most likely, but I hope for a fun match. Man United 0, Liverpool 6. Neymar hat trick.
Go on, Adam.
Maybe. 2-1, says Ian. Everton 0, Forest 1. I want Lampard to get sacked, so 3-0 Nottingham Forest. Wow.
I don't want him to get sacked. I want him to stay.
He must stay. He must stay for Everton Football Club. 2-0 Nottingham Forest 1. Hello, 8744. Hope you're good. Everton Football Club. Hello, ED. 2-1 Everton. Oh, here we go. 2-1 Everton. 2-1 Everton. Everton 1-0. Oh, Christ. Hit that dang like button. Yeah, it gets worse every single time, Liz. Sorry. 2-0 to Forest. Fabrizio Tapinano.
Oh, what a name. I love it. Look at his face as well.
Here we go. Everton relegation imminent. Che who? Che Adams is dog shit. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Che Adams, yeah. I don't get it. For me, Batshuayi is probably the better option anyway for that. This is a hard one to call. Fulham against Brentford. Now, Alexander Mitrovic scores 2 goals against us and then misses a penalty. Yeah. But Brentford, 4-0 win over Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United were poor. But can we just say how good Brentford were? I thought they were excellent. And especially, obviously, Mbeumo scored. Jensen, I thought, was very, very good as well. I've got to give shout out to my countryman Aaron Hickey. I thought he was outstanding in that game. But what really impressed me with Brentford, Ricky, was they just kept going for it. And in another day, they could have won that 7 or 8-0.
I just think the press was too much for Man United because they haven't got ball-playing defenders or a ball-playing goalkeeper. So what they tried to do, I have no idea. The midfield was shocking in that game. Passengers, some of them. They haven't got a proper striker. Rashford is not a proper striker. Sancho just looks like he's there for vibes on his 300 bar a week. But with this Fulham game and Brentford, I see Fulham beating Brentford, to be fair. I'm going to go 2-0 Fulham.
2-0 Fulham. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, this is a really hard one to call, isn't it, Luke?
It is. I mean, I thought Manchester United were fantastic. In all honesty.
There will be Monday night.
Yeah, there will be Monday night, yeah. They're consistent, at least. But, yeah, I mean, we can't take away how good Brentford were as well. I mean, that second half, they come out, the game was done. I mean, that's what impressed me a lot about it as well. They knew the game was done second half and they still kept a clean sheet. That makes the game even more satisfying for them. They still obviously didn't concede. But, yeah, this Fulham team is a very up and down team at the moment. Obviously, like they got a good result against us. For me, I mean, to be honest, they got a good result against Wolves. If you look at it, obviously, before the start of the season, I mean, their first 2 games of the season, I think they'd have taken 2 points, in all honesty. Especially, away from home against Wolves is never easy. And Fulham will look at the home game and think, we can win that. Obviously, in the return fixture, I did see a stat before that Fulham Wolves game that the last 3 games before the 0-0 at the weekend, Wolves had won 1-0. So like it was always going to be maybe a low scoring game, and obviously there wasn't a goal in this game last weekend. But yeah, Mitrovic may look a bit more of a handle this time round in the Premier League for some teams. They have got some good players in. I think Andreas Pereira is a good signing. They've made some good additions to their squad. Polina in midfield as well. But Fulham are at home. I'm gonna go 2-1 Fulham for this game. I think Brentford will be good. I think Brentford will make a good game out of it. West London derby is going to be a massive occasion, but I fancy Fulham at home. I think I think Fulham might be a bit more of a fortress this year. Not for every team, but I think for the teams that they should be beating, I think they could do well. So I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham.
2-1 Fulham. I mean, I was to and fro in between this game, if I'm being honest, because it is just one of those ones where it's a very, very hard one to call. I think there'll be goals. I'm going Desmond. I'm going 2-2. I think it will be a draw. I like the way both sides have been playing, and I think as well that it'll be a very good game. Brentford are very, very good. Not away from home, they're not, but Fulham at home, they have to take advantage of these home games if they want to stay up. So let's say what some of you are saying. Fabrizio Tapanano is saying 2-1 Brentford. Scott Allen is saying 3-1 Fulham. Liz is saying 2-1 Brentford. Yusuf is saying 3-2 Brentford. S33K_1 is going 3-3. It's going to be a smashing game. Man United are a club that play like a second-tier Romanian club. Fulham 1, Brentford 0. Decordova Reed to score. Fulham 1, Brentford 2. Fulham look good this season. Like the streamer, Douglas starts with the dad jokes. Yep, absolutely. Hello, Jordan. Hope you're good. 1-1 Mitchell to score. Reece Game Arena 1-1. So very, very interesting. Both Ricky and Luke going for Fulham wins. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. The next game is Leicester City against Southampton. Now, well, Leicester, same old problems. Cannot defend to save themselves. Yet again, I mean, the defending for some of the Arsenal goals was shocking. Let's just say that. Fofana looks like he is now wanting to officially go. He wants to go to Chelsea. Southampton, on the other hand, a very good 2-2 draw with Leeds, coming back from 2 goals down to, draw 2-2. But when I look at both of these sides, Ricky, I don't expect these two to do well this season.
I don't understand what's happened with Leicester. I think was it last season or the season before, they had potentially one of the best young teams in the Premier League. Maddison, Fofana, Harvey Barnes, Daka,
Luke
Thomas, Justin, Soyuncu. It's a very good team. Something's not quite right there. I don't think they've got. There's rumours that they're 207 million in debt, so they can't spend no money on players. Maddison potentially could be going Newcastle before the window shuts. Tielemans, I do expect to end up at Arsenal before the window shuts. Fofana will leave Leicester to go to Chelsea for a record fee for a centre half, which is insane. Kasper Schmeichel's obviously gone. They've got Danny Ward in goal. They're absolutely falling apart. I don't rate Brendan Rodgers as a manager. He's a good coach. He's not a good manager. And there's a massive difference. We see it when he was a coach at Chelsea, done well. Come to Liverpool at a time when Liverpool was in the transition period. Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge really got him firing in that game. Like them two were unbelievable. Sterling, Gerrard, Coutinho.
Yeah,
I think he leaves, but apparently they can't sack him because how much they'd have to pay him at. So it's going to be interesting to see if he walks or does he just bide his time, and hopefully someone will buy Leicester eventually. Southampton on the other hand are dreadful. unless you give Ward-Prowse a free kick, you ain't going to do much against you in midfield. The manager looks like he's coming under pressure. There's a lot of players at Southampton that can't believe he's still in the job this season.
Me included. I'm surprised he's still there.
He won his cup final against Liverpool when he was celebrating on the floor, crying. Shocked. Champions League final for him. But I just see this being whoever's watching this on our show, it's going to be me in it this Saturday on our show watching this dead game because it's going to be 0-0, I think. So
depends. Obviously, 0-0. I don't know. Someone might fancy it on Saturday. You know, I mean, I'll be watching along. George is hosting, but I'll be watching it along.
So I'm going 0-0, dead fest.
0-0.
Yeah.
I generally thought 0-0 in my mind as well, but I don't know. I think it's so bizarre, though. I mean, I agree with what Ricky's saying about Brendan Rodgers. I generally feel he's under so much pressure this year, and I think Leicester. I think if they didn't have the money issues that they had, I think he could have been out the job.
Yes.
Seeing those reports about Hasenhüttl, about the players that obviously believe that he's not in the still how he's still in the job. I mean, don't forget this was the first official 9-0 this fixture, but obviously the other way around it was at St Mary's. I'm not going 9-0 Leicester by any chance. I don't think that's going to happen. But I generally think because it's at Leicester, it gives them a bit more of an opportunity. Let's not forget they scored 2 goals against both Arsenal and Brentford, so they do know where the back line is. That's why I'm going to go 2-0 Leicester. I just feel that
2-0 Leicester.
Yeah, I just feel that this Southampton defense worries me a lot. This could be Hasenhüttl's final game in charge, in my opinion. That's my bold prediction of the week. Leicester to win and Hasenhüttl to get the sack.
Interesting. I've gone 2-1 Leicester as well. I think I agree with you in the prospect of them like having it at home. I think it's a big game. It's an absolutely big game because whoever loses, I think it's under severe pressure. Anyway, let's see what some of you are saying. I know. Reece Game Arena's gone 1-1 for Fulham Brentford. Leicester are in a hot mess. Yep, they certainly are. 1-1 draw, says S33K_1. Leicester 0 Southampton 2, says Reece Gaming Arena. Varcester 0 Southampton 1. Leicester 1 Southampton 1, says Daddy Cole 52. Hello, Ali News. I think that's Ali News. Southampton 2-1. Rodgers is out of his depth. I think he is out of his depth. I think he is. I think he's very lucky that he is in the job. And I agree with what Luke said. I think if Leicester didn't have the money problems, I think he would have been gone. But the fact is, they can't afford to pay him off at the moment. So we'll go into the evening game on the Saturday. It's Bournemouth against Arsenal. I mean Arsenal 4-2 against Leicester, Ricky, but I didn't think they were that great defensively.
They're not, but their attack and midfield are getting them out of a hole at the minute. I just think it will come in time. Their back four will gel. It's very rotated. The 2 centre-halves in Gabriel and Saliba could potentially be a good partnership. I like that Saliba. He looks a very good talent.
Yeah.
Left back is up in air. It's either Tierney. He's made a glass at Tierney. I think there's rumours he'll be leaving either this summer or next summer. They've obviously got Zinchenko that can play there, who I think is a very good player. The right back's an issue. Tomiyasu looks like he ain't cutting it really there. He's always injured, ill, or whatnot. Other excuses he comes out with.
It probably makes sense, the right back situation, because I think Ben White played
Ben
there
White's
the last
been
couple of times.
But I think the league predictions, I had Arsenal finishing third. I think they beat Bournemouth 4-0. Gabriel Jesus is an unbelievable signing for them. He's tearing it up at the minute a little bit. So I'm going to go 4-0 Arsenal.
4-0 Arsenal. Wow. Yeah, look, I mean, Bournemouth did well to have it obviously 4-0 against Man City. But last home game, they did impress against Aston Villa. But Arsenal are in very, very good form at the moment. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Doug, I think obviously when you're watching the Bournemouth Villa game on our show, obviously it was a
Yeah.
very impressive performance from Bournemouth, and that they could be a bit of a problem for some teams this year at Bournemouth because it's such a tight pitch and that's their way of playing. They like to play when they play on the bigger pitches, maybe then obviously it might be a bit more of an issue at times. Obviously, Man City, I think they'd have taken a 4-0 at the start of the game, to be honest. They've got to look at the goal difference side of it. They know they're not going to get a result against Manchester City away from home. But I mean, I've personally gone 3-0 for Arsenal in this game. I agree with Ricky. For me, I think Gabriel Jesus, in my opinion, is signing of the summer. For what he offers Arsenal, for what he's going to be offering them for this season. He is the main man. I know pre-season's pre-season, but you see a warning there, like he's up for it this year. He wants to prove a point that he is one of the best strikers. And also we always say about the World Cup side of it, he wants to be Brazil's main man in the World Cup. And what better way to do it now and scoring goals for Arsenal and being one of them players. So I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal, and I didn't go quite third. I went Arsenal to finish fourth, but they do look good this year, Arsenal, and they do look a team to watch out for.
Yeah, they certainly do. They certainly do. My only worry is obviously when it comes to the Europa League. I think that could be when their form.
Exactly.
Yeah, is a bit sticky
from Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, full house for me. I've gone 2-0 Arsenal. I think it'll be a comfortable evening's work for the Gunners. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. So Elevator Escalator thinks it's going to be a little bit tighter. 4-1 the Arsenal. Says Liz. Arsenal will win 3-0. They're in good form at the moment. Says Yusuf. 2-1 Arsenal. Says Daddy Cole 52. To be honest, I actually haven't seen All or Nothing yet. I'll probably watch it after this, actually, funnily enough. Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 3, says Reece Gaming Arena. Bournemouth are the seaside brain, and their stadium is a shed. Sainsbury's car park is a better place.
Says Yusuf, who's never been to Bournemouth. I mean, I've been to Bournemouth's Old Ground when they were in League One, and it was awful. I mean, they played all in. It was terrible. But
I went to a karaoke bar last night. They didn't play any 70s music. At first, I was afraid. I was. Very good, very good. One of the dudes from AFTV said Saliba was the best centre back in the world. Oh,
content.
Get your content. Get your content. Don't trust what they say. No, definitely not. Definitely not. So that takes care of the Saturday games, and we're into the Sunday games and a feisty affair. These two do not like each other. Leeds United against Chelsea. Leeds United 2-0 up against Southampton and absolutely blew it. Chelsea, well, were robbed. There's no two ways about it. They were robbed against Tottenham. Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff, Ricky. This has got the chance to be a very, very interesting game.
As Yusuf would say, Tommy's tricky blues are in action on the weekend. I'm excited. I think this will be a decent game. I mean, Leeds are looking good on the press. They pressed to death Southampton and Wolves. I'm sure it was Southampton, wasn't it? Yeah, Southampton and Wolves. They pressed them to death for major parts of the game. Obviously, just tired near the end.
Yeah.
I don't like Chelsea. So I'm going to go, just because I don't like them, I'm going to go a Leeds 1-0 win.
Ooh.
Wow. That is a
wow.
Tommy T's Tricky Blues are going to lose, mate.
Tricky Blues. Honestly,
wow, I was not expecting that. Look what you're going for.
Oh, I mean, just check out Yusuf's Twitter on a Chelsea match day in the morning. He always puts a picture up of Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel's Tricky Blues are in action today. It's so funny. See, I've been impressed with Leeds' start this season. Rodrigo looks a different player. Jack Harrison's always a threat on that left-hand side.
Yeah.
Bamford obviously looks like he's staying fit now as well. Like
Aronson as well.
Aronson,
summer signing.
They've made some good additions to their squad, and to be honest, I'm hoping the manager proves me wrong, because at the moment, first couple of games he has, and it could be a decent season for Leeds. I just feel Chelsea might just be a bit too much for him at the moment. I think Chelsea did play well against Spurs. I know there was a couple of decisions, obviously, which obviously didn't go their way. But yeah, I just feel Chelsea, I think they've got it right defensively at the moment in certain areas, not everywhere. Obviously, I do believe that they might be one player short, but I think going forward is the only issue, that sort of number 9. They haven't got that number 9 that can put the ball in the back of the net. But I'm going to go for a Chelsea 2-1 win. I just feel they have just a little bit extra than Leeds, but it will be a very, very good game for Sunday. But yeah, 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. That's exactly what I've gone for as well. 2-1 Chelsea. I think it is going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be an absolute hell of a game, but I just think that Chelsea will just pip Leeds. Just pip them. But yeah, I agree. I think Marsh is doing an okay job at the moment. You should have sang Kenny Loggins. Don't you want me? We can dance. We can... Oh, Jesus Christ. Comfortable 2-0 Chelsea win. Chelsea 2-0 win. No more goals. We aren't scoring a lot at the moment. However, they're press merchants. We need to be careful. Yeah, they are press merchants, Leeds. I absolutely agree with that. Daddy Cole 52 going 2-0 Chelsea. Les Golden 2-2, but Marsh wins the fight. I like that.
I think Thomas Tuchel can be off the touchline for a few games, isn't he, as well?
I think what's happening is that Tuchel will be available this weekend. I think Conte is available at the weekend, but I think after that, I think they'll both be getting a touchline ban.
I don't understand that. They both got red cards. They should have it straight away. Surely, if that's the rule. That
is usually the rule. But yeah, they bought the 2-0 lead against Southampton. Watched the game on the football show. Yes, you did. I remember that as well. Leeds 1, Chelsea 1. PS, we are not in debt, but too large a squad, not wishing to follow Louise's example, not spending to try and buy success. That's fair. That is fair, Chris. That is absolutely fair. But when I look at like other clubs like Manchester United and like I think it's 670 million in debt. I was reading the Athletic this morning, and yeah, enough said anyway. But we will go on to will this finally be the day that West Ham beat Brighton? West Ham have never beaten Brighton in the Premier League era. Ricky, I have to say, you watched Brighton Newcastle, and I probably fell asleep by then.
I mean, that was the worst game I've ever seen.
How do you see this one going?
West Ham, obviously, I think West Ham have had a tough start. Away to a new team, Nottingham Forest, coming up. It's a tough game. Although they should have won that game, they had the chances. They obviously had Man City on the opening day. I mean, Man City will beat every team in this league this season, at least once. It's going to be interesting. Brighton looked like they had a good start against Man United away at Old Trafford. They won that game. But then at home to Newcastle, I expected a lot more from them. They still are crying out for a striker, I think, Brighton. They're obviously losing Maupay's going, Nottingham Forest. So Danny Welbeck's probably their only...
That's another striker that Everton want, apparently.
Maupay. Wow.
Yeah.
So I like Potter. I think Potter's one of the best coaches in the Premier League. I expect him to move on from Brighton potentially end of next season, maybe another season after that. But I'm going to go West Ham to win 3-1.
3-1. So you actually think this will be the day that West Ham finally beat Brighton?
I think West Ham let Samaka loose. They're obviously bringing that young centre-half from PSG in for 10 million today. He's having a medical.
Kera? Is it Kera?
Kera. He's a talent. They just need to tell Declan Rice he's not a penalty taker. I'm sure he's missed 2 out of his last 3.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think he has as well. Look, Brighton have started really, really well this season. West Ham, obviously 2 defeats. I know it was obviously to Manchester City, the first one, but that Nottingham Forest one, they'll be gutted they lost that game.
They would be. I think you look at the chances. I mean, obviously the missed penalty is the best chance. I think it's difficult. I mean, I know Declan Rice is a poor penalty, but it's difficult to see who that penalty taker is now that Mark Noble's no longer at the club. So obviously, like they're doing that sort of a bit of a transition. Like, who is the penalty taker? I'm sure it won't be Declan Rice taking the next penalty for West Ham. But yeah, I mean, the chances there. I think Ben Rama was superb in that game. It's probably Ben Rama's best game in a West Ham shirt. Just done everything apart from score, and obviously was unlucky with the goal disallowed with VAR. I think they did get the decision right in the end. I thought that referee was actually very good. We look at the Premier League referees, and I think the one at Forest West Ham, I can't remember his name, but I think he was very good.
Darren England, I think his name was.
I'm not. It might have been him. I'm not entirely. He's one of the newer sort of referees coming into the Premier League.
Yeah.
But he did get all the decisions right, in my opinion. Well, the only one I thought he got wrong was the penalty. For me, it was a red card because deliberate handball anywhere around the penalty area that's going towards goal is a red card, and he gave a yellow, which I thought the only reason why I think he gave a yellow was because maybe Henderson was behind it, but I still felt because it's going towards goal, it should have been a red, but obviously that decision was given. We have to move on from that. But yeah, as you said, West Ham did everything but score in that game, which the Forest is delight. They got 3 points, but they have to beat Brighton. They have to beat them.
They've never beaten Brighton. If there was any time to play Brighton now, I think it's this weekend.
And I'm not being like, as much as I know, sort of mine and Ricky's family, half of them are pretty much West Ham on our side. I just don't know. I don't know. You've said that stat and it's making me. I said a stat with the Fulham Liverpool game. Marco Silva's never lost a home game against Liverpool. So these stats are sort of drilling in my head. I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah. I think Brighton will score a couple. I think Trossard's in form. Pascal Gross, Danny Welbeck's played pretty well up front. Yeah. 2-2.
I'm going to follow the trend. I'm going 2-1 Brighton. I honestly think that there's going to be some weekend that they finally beat them, but I don't think it's going to be at this weekend. I honestly think Brighton are going to win this one. I've gone 2-1 Brighton, but we'll see what some of you are saying for this one. Yusuf, that can basically go as far away as Liverpool as he can possibly go. No, definitely. I know we need a midfielder, but not Ross Barkley class. Sorry. West Ham 1, Brighton 2. So Elevator agree with me. Parker can be assistant coach to Tuchel. West Ham 2, Brighton 1. West Ham will win 2-1. Liz saying 2-1 Brighton to keep tradition. 2-2 says Rees Gaming Arena. West Ham have been poor so far this season. Guys, make sure to sign the Anthony Taylor petition already. Over 100 key signatures. Is this for him to stop refereeing Chelsea matches? He's a shit ref anyway, but yeah. West Ham will probably win their first game of the season against Villa.
It sounds mad. I generally... I said Rick in the group chat, didn't I? I felt before that decision with Havertz, he was having a decent game. Until that, it just lost total control of the whole game. But...
yeah,
there you go.
He did. I agree with you. I think he was having a good game up until that point. Right, the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday, I should say. Newcastle United against Manchester City. Newcastle are definitely improved. Manchester City haven't conceded a goal. Newcastle United haven't conceded a goal. So something has got to give, Ricky. I mean, again, you watched Brighton Newcastle. What do you think of Newcastle this season? How high have you actually got them this season?
Where did I put them? 12th. I've got them finishing.
I think you put them like 10th or
no, they weren't in my top 10. 11 or 12th, I've got them finishing this season. I still think they're absolute pony. Dan Burns, awful. He played left back against Brighton. I mean, if Brighton couldn't score against Dan Burn at left back, he's 7 foot, he can't run. But they obviously didn't trouble him. Gamaris is probably their only top player. I've got City smashing these 4-0. And I was hoping this season Man City away to Newcastle would be a tougher game, and there's potentially one where Man City could drop points, but Erling Haaland's just going to eat that back four up. I can't see who stops Man City, let's be honest. So I'm going to go 4-0. I just don't think Newcastle... Callum Wilson's not going to bag you 20 goals this season. Who else they got up front? Chris Wood. I mean, the guy won the lottery to get a £25 million move to Newcastle. Almiron's he's the Jordan Henderson of attack. He just runs around for 90 minutes, don't do anything, just runs around.
Yeah.
Saint Maximin's a pace merch. Got no end product, got no crossing ability. So I'm going 4-0. I just think De Bruyne and Haaland will absolutely smash this team apart.
Oh, I was really hoping you went for a Newcastle win or a draw.
I'd love it, but nah.
Luke?
Heart says draw, but no, you got. I mean, the heart. Look, Manchester City, the form they're in, the goals they're scoring. It's just they can score goals from all different angles. Like you have to give them respect when respect's due. Like they are by far one of the best Premier League sides we've ever seen over the last 30 years of Premier League history.
Are.
You have that is the respect you have to give them. Yes, they've had financial backing, of course they have, but that shouldn't be taken away for what they've achieved. 3-1 Man City. I would love to see a 0-0 or a 1-1.
Newcastle score.
I think they do. I think they do score. I think it's at James's Park. I mean, I even look at the West Ham game. Like, I know Man City were very comfortable in that game for majority of the game, but you see first 5-10 minutes, West Ham really come at Man City, and I think that's the best time to really go at Man City right at the start of the game, where there is a little bit of pressure because they're away from home. Newcastle can really set off with the front foot. But I just generally feel as the time goes on, Man City get a lot stronger during the game. So, yeah, I'm going to go with 3-1.
That's exactly what I've gone for, Luke. I've gone 3-1 City. I was really hoping that Newcastle could get something out of the game. They still could. But I just think City will be way too strong for them. As well. Leaked Anthony Taylor is a Tottenham fan. 2-2 wishful thinking, says Liz. Fingers crossed. Jesus Christ. Newcastle 3, Manchester City 2, and the title race is on again. Elevate, I like that idea. Holland will miss a sitter. Newcastle 1, Man City 6. 6-1. Wow. I don't think so, but we'll see. Lol Liz. Newcastle 0, Manchester City 3. Newcastle 0, Man City 2. The stadium will be rocking to be. Yeah, St James's Park, wonderful atmosphere. Wonderful atmosphere. Manchester City currently top. Manchester United bottom, mind the gap. I will not respect City.
I hope you ain't a Liverpool fan saying that, because that's where we're ending up soon.
Yeah, I will not respect City. You cannot make me. Oh, well, if we had beaten Palace, I'd be going into this game very, very confident, but not anymore. Manchester United against Liverpool. As much as Manchester United have been bad, we haven't started the season very, very well. We have been very, very sluggish, it has to be said. Monday Night Football, their team is absolutely garbage. Let's be honest. That is probably the worst Manchester United team I can remember. The amount of players, it has just been announced that the Adrian Rabiot deal is off. Manchester United have said, nope, he is not joining Manchester United. Apparently, he was wanting a very high wage. Doesn't surprise me. Manchester United, if you look at the thing that's going around on Twitter, their wage structure is completely messed up. Ricky, I can't remember going into the game against Manchester United when Man United bottom before. I can't remember us being in 12th either.
I mean, we're all laughing at Man United, but let's be honest, they beat us on Monday night, they go above us. So I'm very worried for us at the minute. I read a stat, we've got 26 players out for injury as a club. Our midfield is horrific. I'm not having anyone tell me otherwise. I still stick by that. Liverpool's midfield is potentially 4th best in the league, and that's being generous. attacking wise, we're not firing on all cylinders. I thought after the Community Shield we were going to have an amazing season again. I read another stat that is it 6 games in a row in the league we've gone 1-0 down.
9
is it 9 games?
9 of the last 10.
Yeah, we've gone 1-0 down, which we can't allow because we've been known for having a good defence and conceding not a lot of goals, but we just seem to be shipping them at the moment for fun. And I'm going to be real, like I think Man United beat us 2-0 on Monday night. As bad as they are, it's at Old Trafford. We've got no striker. You'll probably see a formation change. Fabinho is absolutely horrific at the minute. But again, we've got no one that can come in. Thiago, as well as what a player he is it's embarrassing how injury prone he is. Naby Keita looks like he could be back, but you never know till Monday night if he plays or not. Bobby Firmino's picked up another injury, so that's another striker out. We got rid of. I'm not Minamino's biggest fan, but we got rid of him, Origi, and we brought only Nunes in the attacking position.
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson looks unfit. He looks injured. There's something not quite right at Liverpool Football Club at the minute in terms of training and everything else. But we seem to be losing. Klopp said yesterday he thought there was a witch at our training ground all week. The amount of injuries. We seem to be doing too many training sessions, high intensity, and we're losing a player a session. Yeah. Andy Robertson is off form for the last couple of months. Costa's come on the other night. His crossing was poor. I am generally concerned for what we are going to do this season. Make no mistake about it. I don't care if it's 4 points, it's 5 points. If we do not beat Man United on Monday night, the league title's gone. Because City will not drop that many points. We lost the league last season by a point. I'm hoping we have some luck this week on the build up to the game and get a few players near full fitness. Hopefully Jota's speeding up that recovery because we miss him and need him.
Oh, we miss him.
But I'm going to say it. I'm going Man United 2-0.
Wow.
I don't get where our goals come from if Salah don't score or in this game because we haven't got no attacking players. We see the bench the other night. It was disgusting.
It was. That I will absolutely agree with you. The bench wasn't great. Luke, Ricky's gone 2-0 United. What are you going?
It's must win, isn't it? It is must win.
It's must win.
I was talking to my brother earlier, and I said to him about the way I see the league table now, because of the way the years have gone by with the Premier League title race. We've already dropped 4 points already, so now we've got a maximum of 110 points we can finish on. It's not going to happen, of course not. But put it in another scenario, we can only now drop, you'd say, 3 games now compared to Manchester City. You would say now you would only, but if you look at the amount of games now, we've got 36 league games. So what that's saying is we have to now win 32 games to have a chance to win the league.
You'll win 36, mate.
No, but you get my point. Like from the previous years, Man City have won 95 points, 93 points, 96. Do you know what I mean? That's the expectation now. So Liverpool can't afford to drop any more points whatsoever. It's going to be such a rough schedule now over the next few months because of the World Cup, the Champions League. I see the stat. I mean, the 6 games in the group stage are going to be played over 8 weeks in the Champions League, and we've already got 10 players.
I've never seen that before.
And we've got 10 players out injured. I mean, for me, what Ricky said earlier about the squad, like we couldn't see getting injuries. I look at the injuries that we've got, like Thiago, Matip, Ox, Keita, Jones. They're injury-prone players. Manage their schedule in training. That's all you need to do for me. Like certain players, you can turn around and say to them, right, you don't have to train this session. Just go to the gym maybe. manage their schedule a bit differently. Yeah, it's a strange one. I mean, I just see Jack's comment. Yeah, we are live in the next sort of 10 minutes or so, but difficult one, Doug. I think United score because defensively we have been quite poor.
Yeah.
I will say we're going to win because I just feel that United defensively are at the moment the worst in the league. I think Salah plays through the middle. I think it will be someone else on the right, maybe potentially Carvalho comes in, whether he play him on the left or not. But I'm gonna go 3-1 Liverpool, but only it won't be a comfortable 3-1.
Second prediction in a row. Have we gone the same? 3-1.
No way.
Yeah. I've got to be honest, I'm worried about this game. I'm extremely, extremely worried. And I agree with Ricky. Our midfield is shocking. Absolutely shocking. I will say this now. The changes that we make for Monday cost us in for Robbo. Now, there's a Scotsman saying Robbo's been shocking. He's not been great. Fabinho, I think Henderson should play in the 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think Henderson should be in the 6. Then, I mean, does Diaz go into the forward role or does he stay on the left? Does Salah move into the forward role and you maybe move Elliott up? I don't know. I mean, Ricky, what would you do on Monday?
Not turn up. What if I was Liverpool manager? What would I do?
Yeah,
I'd formation change it. I'd go 2 in the middle as a double pivot in Henderson and Fabinho. I'd go Elliott in the attacking midfielder role. Salah through the middle, Diaz on the left, Carvalho on the right. Or I'll play Elliott on the right and I'll play Carvalho behind Salah. But who knows? As long as Nat Phillips don't start, we'll be all right.
Yeah, look.
There's not much else you can do. I think he's going to stick with the 4-3-3. But I just feel that Elliott, for me, will start. I think Naby Keita starts. I think Fabinho could get dropped. I think Henderson could play as the 6. Yeah. I think Salah plays through the middle. Well, depending if Bobby if Bobby's fit, Bobby will play through the middle, and I think Salah plays on the right. But yeah, the midfield 3 has to change again. I expect Joe Gomez to come straight back in with Virgil van Dijk. I don't think he changes Robertson. I have to wait and see, but it's an interesting one. Whatever Liverpool team goes out, I expect them to win the game.
Probably play Doris from the canteen up front.
I honestly can see Jay Spearing being played in a League Cup tie as soon as we get the League Cup. The way it's going. Yusuf, I think Firmino will probably be back. I think he will probably be back. I think it was a precaution he got. I think they said something about the precaution that he missed the game the other night. We need to win this or we'll be trolled. Man United Liverpool 3, but it could be 1,000. Liverpool 4-0, enough is enough. 3-1 Liverpool, no chance that United beat us. Liverpool 1, United 1, will be a close game. Have a joyful day all, you two Liz. My night's clean sheet won't last. Are we live? Yes, they will be live. Champions League playoffs are getting started. Who will qualify for the group stage? Hopefully Rangers. United 0 Liverpool 8 says... Jesus Christ. 0-1 first minute, Salah. 2-0 Diaz, 28th minute. 3-0 84th minute, Diaz. Oh, there we go. But that's another week of the Prem Predictions show. My big thank you to Ricky and Luke from the 1892 Reds podcast for coming on. You guys are live very shortly. What have you got coming up?
We are very live. Live very shortly. In the next sort of 5-10 minutes, we have got Jack coming on. But first of all, Doug, thanks for letting us come on. Really appreciate it. Really enjoyed it. Obviously, many more to come. And obviously, hopefully you'll be on the 1892 Football Show and a lot more of our programs coming up soon. So
Doug's on Thursday, I think.
Yes,
on the preview show.
Will be live.
Yes, I am.
Yes, so plenty more to come. But thank you very much for letting us come on. So the next video we've got coming up, we are doing our review show from game week 2. So obviously going through
Ooh.
the score predictions that we done at the weekend, there is a couple of close ones. So there is a surprising winner, I should say, this weekend.
Surprising winner. Ooh.
Yeah,
Probably me.
I'm not giving it away just yet, but obviously, yeah, we're going to be live in the next 5-10 minutes, guys. So obviously, come and join us in the 892 Reds podcast. We are on YouTube and Twitter. And yeah, we just hit some 600 subscribers again. So
Hey.
third time lucky. So hopefully we stay. But if you haven't subscribed, obviously come and subscribe over to the 892 Reds podcast and come and join us in a bit. But of course, hit the like and subscribe on the Dugout Football channel. Absolutely amazing work you do, mate, and keep up the good work, mate.
Thank you very much. And yeah, guys, if you have missed the live, then please leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And like Sportcat won with his magnificent score of 18 points, you will get a shout out in the next video. But we will see. We will see what happens on the weekend. I'll just go through the last comment as well. We probably won't win the Prem, but do you think we win the Champions League?
No.
That's a big if. Again, it depends on the group we get. Yusuf, thank you. Take care, everyone. Love the content. Yep, absolutely. Take care. It has been fun. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Daddy Cole 52. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have the lovely Sophie Richards from Ladies in Red coming on from Manchester United against Liverpool preview. That is at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So do stay tuned for that. But until then, it is goodbye from the three of us, and we'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye for now.